has spoken about 0.7% contribution. But I must say, at Sharm el-Sheikh, through brilliant diplomacy, Madam Sherry Rahman, our Foreign Minister, Secretary General of the United Nations, they all contributed immensely to get this concept of loss and damage over there. But the point at issue is, and our honorable heads of international institutions, they are present here, like to submit this point for their very kind consideration, that what is the fault of the countries like Pakistan having no contribution in greenhouses emissions? Our contribution is less than 1% probably, and yet we face this crisis of unknown consequences and then suffer not for 1 year but for decades. This is something I think we need to really ponder over, because and then in the end of the day we are granted loans to be paid back, and then granted loans again to be paid back. This is a vicious cycle, and this needs to be addressed to in its real perspective. So what is the solution? I think that is for this August Assembly, represented by great experts, great minds, to advise the government of Pakistan as to how to deal with this menace. Because just hoping that it will not happen will not work. I mean, if, God forbid, we have even a semblance of last year's devastation, what will happen? We are still dealing with IMF's program, which was stretched with great effort and support of our friends. And Sherry Rahman today took the hell out of us by scaring us what could happen, God forbid. Ladies and gentlemen, I would say that developing country like Pakistan needs hand-holding, because this debt trap is a death trap. We are scarcely able to meet our two ends together. Look at our yawning gap of our imports and our exports. And then to fill the gap is a very big challenge. And then on top of that, if we have such terrible natural accidents, then we need extra money to deal with that particular situation. I think this is the question we need to answer, and I'll plead with all of you to kindly think of it and come forward with solid recommendations which can then be implemented in letter and spirit. Finally, I'd like to thank all our donors for their very valuable and timely support and contributions. And I would like to extend my heartfelt Mubarakbad to Sherry Rahman Sahiba for wonderful diplomacy in Sharm el-Sheikh. I know she was, running from pillar to post. And finally, along with the support of Secretary General of the United Nations and other friends, we were able to have this concept of loss and damage accepted over there. Whether it's part of 0.7% or on top of it, you need to clarify this position. I can't answer this question. Can you? Pardon me? So then we are back to square one, aren't we? Ladies and gentlemen, therefore I want to say one thing very clearly, and something I have been repeating over and over again in the last few months and the last few days, that we need to stand on our own feet. We need to draw a plan which is in the interest of Pakistan. We need to work hard. We need to work untiringly because after all, such calamities have hit other countries as well. But as a result of climate change, probably Pakistan is one of the first 10 victims around the globe, which is absolutely horrifying. And it can happen to another country with no fault of that country, like ours. The answer is that let's accept the challenge, work hard, have a plan, not waste time, make use of this time and save Pakistan and our generations from such calamities for all times to come. Thank you very much. Pakistan Paindabad.